presentation is about how to maximize revenue and profit in your real estate investments without stress and being overwhelmed. So a little bit about me. I've worked in real estate for about 20 years. My original work was as property management, and I've worked with United Properties. That's a local one here. I'm not sure how popular it is elsewhere. And then I eventually worked for my dad, where I primarily did appraisals, and that's where I got a foundation how to value an apartment building and really understand the ins and outs of how it cash flows, expense ratios, things like that for them. And I also flipped a few homes while working for him. My dad bought a couple buildings. He wasn't real happy being a landlord, just kind of had high expectations of tenants, so it wasn't really his cup of tea, but he's done pretty well in other avenues, so I don't think he's too disappointed there. Most of my experience ended up being in accounting. I just kind of fell into that role as I worked for my dad and then went on to work at other companies, mostly real estate and construction. Started my firm a few years ago, and my focus has been mostly on real estate investors and construction firms. And then I am considered a fractional CFO. CFO is basically a person that's kind of in charge of the entire accounting department that oversees all the financial processes, helps you with strategic planning and forecasting, higher functions like with budgeting. Whereas if you're having a bookkeeper, their primary function is data entry, but sometimes they do more than just that. A lot of times these titles are just titles, but my role as a fractional CFO is more on helping you plan and grow your business versus just working alongside you in your business, more of a business partner. So our agenda today is going to be going over the 5 big challenges facing real estate investors, why cash flow is more important than property value, and why cash reserves are critical, and 4 key steps to transition from overwhelmed to confident real estate investor with data-driven decisions. The 5 big challenges facing real estate investors is many real estate investments heavily rely on the investor's active involvement, which can be overwhelming and inefficient. Investors are often caught between the need to grow their portfolio and the necessity to maintain a healthy cash flow. Investors often lack clear metrics or to evaluate property performance, making it difficult to make informed decisions. Many investors do not have a clear investment goal and exit strategies, leading to unfocused efforts and suboptimal results. Investors often lack a clear strategy for property acquisition, financing, and management, hindering their ability to grow their portfolio effectively. So the first challenge is many real estate investments heavily rely on the investor's active involvement, which can be overwhelming and inefficient. This can impact their time and can cause burnout. The solution is to build a team of professionals to help run their properties. These include lawyers, property managers, accountants, lawyers, etc., and delegate these activities to reduce the workload on the investor and allow them to focus on strategic planning. Challenge number 2 is having clear performance metrics. Investors are often caught between the need to grow their portfolio and the necessity to maintain a healthy cash flow. This can result in financial strain and risk of over-leveraging. The solution is to build a cash flow management strategy that includes regular monitoring and adjustments, focusing on acquiring properties and contribute positively to cash flow from the start. Fourth challenge is unclear investment goals. Investors often lack clear metrics to evaluate property performance, making it difficult to make informed decisions and cause inefficiency and missed opportunities. Our solution is to implement a property performance dashboard to track key metrics like occupancy rates, return on investment, net operating income, cash flow, cap rates, tenant turnover rate, and maintenance costs. Use these metrics to make data-driven decisions and improve overall portfolio performance. Unclear investment goals and exit strategies leading to unfocused efforts and suboptimal results. It can cause lack of direction, inefficient resource allocations. The solution is to get specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based goals for your investment portfolio. Develop clear exit strategies for each investment to ensure alignment with overall financial objectives. Our fifth challenge is investors often lack a clear strategy for property acquisition, financing, management, hindering the ability to grow their portfolio effectively. This can cause stagnation and missed opportunities. The solution is to create a strategic plan that outlines steps for property acquisition, financing, and management and divestment. Include specific actions, timelines, and responsible parties to ensure effective execution. And this is our third topic of why cash flow is more important than property value and why cash reserves are critical. Positive cash flow is the lifeblood of any real estate investment and ensures that all property expenses, debt service, and reinvestment opportunities are covered. Property value appreciation versus cash flow. Appreciation is beneficial in the long term, but cash flow is critical for daily operations. Appreciation increases the property's market value, but is not liquid until the property is sold or refinanced. Appreciation is subject to market conditions, which can be volatile and unpredictable, while cash flow provides a direct income stream that can be used to cover expenses and reinvestment in the property. The need for cash reserves is for unexpected expenses, vacancies, market fluctuations, and investment opportunities. Examples of managing cash flow and reserves includes regular financial reviews and proactive maintenance and setting aside reserves. So there's 4 key steps to transition from overwhelmed to confident real estate investors with data-driven decisions. Generate positive cash flow, set clear financial goals, monitor key metrics, and develop a strategic plan. To generate positive cash flow, our key actions are going to be optimize rental rates, enhance tenant retention, control operating expenses, and reduce vacancy rates. Our next step is to set clear financial goals, define our short-term goals, long-term goals, align our goals with investment strategy, and regular review and adjustment of goals. Third is to monitor key metrics such as property performance, as well as conduct regular financial reviews, perform monthly or quarterly financial reviews, or assess performance, and analyze trends and patterns, and identify and address issues promptly. And our fourth step is to develop a strategic action plan, which will help create a property acquisition plan, implement effective property management, secure appropriate financing, and plan for property improvements and upgrades. That's our presentation for today. I know it's pretty brief. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Otherwise, feel free to reach out. We can also schedule a call and talk further. We'd love to kind of hear where you're at with your investment journey. I always love hearing stories, so don't be afraid to reach out and just network and have a conversation. If there's any other questions, feel free to leave